reacting to some Rich Eisen. Now, I don't know what I've titled this video yet, but Rich Eisen came out with a video. It piqued my interest, so we're going to talk about it. What is up, Finn fans? How is everyone doing on this fantastic Tuesday? Hope you guys are enjoying the little collab series I'm doing. Like I said, tomorrow my plan is to have Jason Sarney on. That might be out tomorrow night or Thursday. I also have some things in the work that if they pan out, I don't want to give too much away, but I really hope they pan out. That's all I'm going to say. And then next week, Rookies Report on the 16th. I will make a video about that. And the 23rd Vets Report, I will make a video about that. And then the 28th is the first day open to the public. I will be doing my daily training camp videos, as well as doing previews, what to look for, and kind of the rules of training camp. Because some people don't understand the rules. And there are certain set of rules when it comes to training camp. When they can be in pads, when they can't be in pads, how long they can be in there. It's all these things that the NFL teams have to come to some type of understanding and agreement. So I got a lot planned, and we're hitting the stride. Once 28th comes, it's gonna go quick. And then we got preseason. Preseason is the 9th. Friday, August 9th, Falcons, 7 p.m. at home. Preseason, I will be live for that. So we're about a month away, give or take, from watching with our eyeballs Miami Dolphin football. Not Miami Dolphin football that matters, but it's still football. We get to watch Jalen Wright. We get to see if Mike White got better, Skylar Thompson. We get to see maybe a little Odell, doubt it, on the first preseason. You get to watch football. So it's very exciting. So Rich Eisen, on his show, The Rich Eisen Show, on his YouTube channel, his YouTubers, said, Rich Eisen, why the Miami Dolphins should be favorites to win the AFC East. I have not watched this. It's about 5 minutes and 28 seconds. I'm going to react to it. I'm going to give you my honest opinion. He is a Jet fan. So this is going to be interesting, being that he's a Jet fan. And as of this point, every Jet fan thinks that the Jets should be favorited to win the division and are going to win about 13 games because Aaron Rodgers, who is probably in some desert right now, smoking something, is seeing a man in a black hat. I don't know. But let's hear what Rich Eisen has to say, and we'll react to it.
That's the question for the Miami Dolphins. Would you say this? Name me a team that needs to win and play a home game in order to advance to the Super Bowl more than the Miami Dolphins.
So I'm going to be stopping a lot. This is a reaction video. Are you saying they need to, or why the Dolphins should be favorited? I might be jumping the gun, but he's 100% correct. Dolphins play completely different at home, and they need to break that stigma of playing on the road in the cold in January, but until they can, home.
Like narrative purpose
not narrative purpose, like real life, like their system of playing football works better in the temperature that they're playing, or they're indoors.
Yeah.
Could you say the Lions? Or the Lions damn near won in San Francisco in the NFC.
But the stats are real for Jared Goff home and away. Like, that's a real thing. He plays infinitely better.
Could you say Dallas?
I don't know that team is necessarily built to only succeed. Like,
well, it's funny. Remember,
but last year, the difference between home and away last year, that home they were as dominant as any home team in recent memory until the Packers showed up.
Well, speaking of the Packers, remember the end of the Rodgers run? They were not built. It was ironically enough.
I think that was more a narrative.
Home games at Lambeau.
I don't know.
See, I look at the Dolphins being a team predicated upon speed, right? So,
yeah, absolutely.
So is that what you're saying? Like,
this is what I am saying.
Put them at home where those athletes can just run.
Dude, we saw it. They went to KC, but if they got to go to Buffalo, if they got to go, if New England's a playoff team, if they got to go to Denver.
I will say this, right? And you could say whatever you want. You could call me a homer, homerism, whatever. I will say this. If the Miami Dolphins, because going into that last game against Buffalo, they were about like 40% healthy. If they were like 60% healthy, 70% healthy, like normal NFL teams are by the end of the year, they would have won that game. But that's not my point. I just realized. I'm like, what are you talking about that? That's not the point. 2022 in Buffalo, snowing, 40 degrees. Tua had a good game, and we were very close. We lost by a field goal. We were very close to winning that game. So it's not out of the. I'm not saying they're wrong because they're 100% right. This Miami Dolphin team plays completely different on the road. 1, 2, in the cold. But here's the thing, and I'll continue playing the video. Here's the thing. That's any team. Any team. You take the Jaguars, you take the Buccaneers, you take the Dolphins, you take the Falcons, you take any of these teams and you put them in Lambeau, in Cleveland, in Baltimore, in Pittsburgh, in Buffalo, in January, in Kansas City, in January, they're going to struggle because that's not their atmosphere. Just like if you take Buffalo, Green Bay, Minnesota, name all the cold northern teams and you make them face the Dolphins at 1 o'clock in September, they're going to suffer. It's a stigma and it's something that they have to get over, the Miami Dolphins, but it's just the nature of the beast. That's why it's called home field advantage.
Or whoever, it's like they're not built for that type of environment.
But optimal weather, you put them out there.
Let me just say this. Let me just read this to you, okay? Tua at the quarterback spot. Running backs, Raheem Mostert, Devin Achane, Jalen Wright. Okay? Don't forget, Jeff Wilson Jr. is on this team, too. He's fourth on the depth chart at the running back spot.
Yeah.
Going into training camp.
I would like that to be the
Tyreek Hill,
4.
Jalen Waddle, Braxton Berrios, Malik Washington. Remember I told you about that kid before the draft? And he was a Northwestern transfer, I believe Northwestern to Virginia, and he set every record at Virginia.
Yep.
And then, Odell's there now. Jonnu Smith, who the Patriots removed from your fantasy radar and put him on a milk carton for 2 years.
Then last year with Atlanta was awesome.
Alec Ingold, who is a dynamite running back, fullback.
Completely underrated. I have been trying to get Alec Ingold on this channel. Back, I think last season when he was coming out with a book, and I was trying to get him on the channel for one to pick his brain, but also to promote his book. Hey, if you know Alec Ingold and you can make some type of connection, I've been trying to get him on the channel because when the Dolphins signed him that year, you can go back, and I said that the unsung hero, underrated signing, all of this underdog stuff was Alec Ingold. And he saw it last year with a few games. He got his first downs with his legs.
Back in a use check mold, which is what his role is for this offense. Guys, name me a faster offense.
I don't think there is a faster. Exactly, Tyree. I don't think there is a faster.
There isn't a faster offense in the NFL with a guy in Tua that hits a back foot and gets rid of it.
Well, when you have a game to guarantee a home playoff game, you better win it.
Damn straight.
100%.
You're not wrong.
100%. Me and Reason talked about this yesterday. That Tennessee game hurt because we could have won the division. We win that game, and then we beat the Cowboys the next week, which we did. We would have clinched the East and had at least one home field game against Pittsburgh.
But again, it's Chubb and Phillips. Are these guys going to come back? They got Chop Robinson, Shaq Barrett's on the team. I mean, they are loaded.
Calais Campbell.
The Dolphins. That's right.
Campbell,
They got Calais Campbell. Year 31 for him. It's crazy.
Yeah, and they're third. To go back to the caller's point.
Yes.
Bills favorite to win the AFC East plus 165. Jets plus 185. Dolphins plus 210. Why are they third?
Jalen Ramsey is sitting back there now. Jordan Poyer is on the team now because he was one of the cap casualty veteran cuts in Buffalo. Javon Holland,
my opinion,
is still
why.
patrolling in the secondary, which is you know what he's great at? He's great at picking off a Hail Mary at the end of a half and running it the whole way back.
That hurt him. That
He's
definitely
great
hurt
at
him.
that. I saw him do that once.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
All right, so
That was a prime deal.
they're set, man. The Dolphins are flat out set. And everyone's talking about the AFC North for good reason and the AFC West because of who's sitting atop and who's joined it and the coaching staff. And then the AFC South, I think everybody considers one of those sneaky, really good divisions. Dolphins should be ranked first to win the division in the AFC East.
I kind of think so.
They should be.
Seems like great
because
value
the Bills are, again,
I don't like this.
just talking about on paper, off season, getting ready for the season. They are potentially in a transition moment. Potentially. The quarterback can basically say, we're transitioning 0.0 here. I'm still Josh freaking Allen, and we've got this thing. And Jared
100%.
Cook could be dominant. And they could also get Keon Coleman and his Macy's jacket coming for you, right?
$79.99.
Okay,
Winter
exactly.
clothes in the summer.
So, and they can get back their defensive players. Matt Milano sneaking around, coming back, right? And the Jets get Aaron Rodgers back. Is it just plug Aaron and play? I don't know.
I don't know.
And then obviously, I don't mean to just, and then there's the Patriots, but I think that you have
That's
to.
totally fair.
Okay,
They're
fine.
27-1 to win the division. It's not happening.
Catch the Rich Eisen.
So, let me address this. Great talking point. Nothing Rich Eisen said was wrong. I don't like the aspect that we are getting that praise because whenever we get that praise, we tend to fall flat on our faces, and I prefer to be, the Dolphins can't do anything. Boom, we'll win 11 games. That's a bigger shock. I didn't expect them to do that. But here's the thing, because they asked, why aren't they? Why are they third when it comes to, Vegas's betting odds to win the division? First and foremost, it's because Aaron Rodgers is coming back, and everyone and their mother thinks that he's going to be the Aaron Rodgers that won back-to-back MVPs. He's going to be the Aaron Rodgers of about 3 years ago, even though Father Time is undefeated. But I'm not saying he's not, but that's the reason why. And, you look at it on paper and everyone's like, oh, the Jets. Buffalo, like you said, they have Josh Allen. Until they don't have Josh Allen, they should be favorited to win the division because it's Josh Allen. From my unbiased, unhomerism opinion of why the Dolphins are third and why we aren't favorited to win the division, which I'm glad we're not because, again, I prefer to be under the radar, sneak in there, is because of the last 2 years. That's 100% why. And the last 2 years get put on Tua Tagovailoa, right? There's all these problems over here. I can raffle off 8 of them, but obviously people are going to be like, making excuses. There's all these problems is Tua's fault. It has nothing to do with the play calling, the challenges, the adjustments that aren't made, being out-coached, any of that is Tua's fault. Abandoning the run, offensive line, injuries, it's Tua's fault. It's the team's fault because for the last 2 years, if it's not injuries, they just have mental lapses and fall apart. Going to the West Coast games. That San Francisco game, we were poised to win that game. Tua had a brain fart after brain fart after brain fart. Chargers game, brain fart after brain fart after brain fart. Go into Buffalo. Tua has a great game. Defense kind of chokes it away on us. Then we have the Christmas game. 3 interceptions. Tua loses us that game. He's gone. And now we lose to the Patriots. And now it's like, we need to beat the Jets. And we scratch and claw our way into the playoffs. Like, I'm not knocking Skyler. Skyler did. That was a horrible game by both quarterbacks. I think it was Joe Flacco versus Skyler Thompson. and it was won by field goals. It was just, I think it was like a 9-3 win or a 9-6 win we won. It was disgusting. That's the one. And then last year, we have a 3-game lead on the division. A 3-game lead. And the game that they should have won, the Tennessee Titan game, you were up 15 points. 14 points. My apologies. We were up 14 points with 3 minutes left in the game. And some people just want to focus on Tua not getting a first down. They're not wrong. But that's not one of the main reasons why we lost that game. People also like to forget that we had a stop on Tennessee that would have forced them to kick a field goal instead of the touchdown or go for it. And Bradley Chubb threw his helmet and gave him the first down because he missed the sack and he had to chase down Will Levis and make the tackle. He threw his helmet. It was like a 3rd and long or something like that. And it would have been on a 4th and long, and we would have forced him to kick a field goal, and they ended up scoring on that drive. Threw his helmet, gave him the first down. They ended up scoring on that drive. There was so many mistakes and mishaps in that game, but everyone wants to focus their attention on the fact that Tua couldn't get a first down after they scored. And we were up by, I think at that point, 7. No, 6. We were up by 6 because I think they went for 2 and got it. Team loss. Because Tua should have got a first down and won that game. Bradley Chubb shouldn't have thrown his helmet. The defense should have stopped them with 3 minutes and up by 14. And I don't want to hear they were out there most of the time because they weren't. The Dolphins had more time of possession by about 5 minutes. Defenses win championships. So, team loss. Baltimore Ravens. I'm giving that one to Tua. Those 2 interceptions kind of killed us, but the defense was not there. But also, the defense was banged up. The Bills game. That team was beat to crap, but also the interception. Team loss. And that is why the Dolphins aren't favorited or second to win the division because of that stigma. Playing on the road. That's what the bettors are looking at. Look at the last 6 games of the Dolphins. Oh, they're not going to do that. We're going to make them third. They ain't going to be as bad as New England, but those last 6 games are going to screw them. It's in the cold. They fumble at the end of the year. That is why. And for this team to earn respect, you got to break that stigma. And you notice I say team because, of course, it's Tua Tagovailoa. But it's not just Tua Tagovailoa. Tua has to do better in the 4th quarter. Tua has to do better at the end of the year. Mike McDaniel has to do better. He has to do better with his challenges. He has to do better with his game planning. He has to do better with his adjustments at halftime. He has to do better with being coached against. We saw it time and time again where he abandons runs. He puts the quarterback in a bad situation in bad conditions. The defense needs to step up. We have to stay. There's like so many things that you see the difference. Super Bowl winning team. Andy Reid, Kansas City Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes. You know who won them that Super Bowl? Patrick Mahomes contributed. It was Spagnuolo in that defense. Andy Reid came out and said, being that the fact that they had no receivers, they brought back Patrick Mahomes' game and they made him into a conservative passer. Go look it up. Andy Reid said it. And they relied on the defense. It's the same thing that got Joe Burrow to the Super Bowl was that Bengals defense. It's all about the coach making adjustments as well as the quarterback making the plays, as well as the defense and staying healthy and not dropping the ball in critical. It was a team collapse, but obviously the quarterback is the quarterback, so he gets the magnifying glass. But it's a team. So to me, that is why the Dolphins aren't favorited. Should they be favorited? No, not until you break that stigma. Comment below. Let me know what you guys think. I'll see you guys in the next one. But like usual, stay classy. My fins up.